Oh boy. So you heard? So Questlove, you saw what he
Mm-hmm.
posted on his. You saw what he posted and shit.
He's a fool. I disagree with what Chris Love was saying. I don't understand.
Saying because when it was
Uh-huh.
like other beefs like Jay Z and Nas and all that other shit, y'all were all in for it and shit like that. Y'all were all in for it,
Mm-hmm.
and it, then they say like Jay said he put more in common, get it more in common. I'm just like y'all do anything. Niggas just say anything these days and shit. I swear to
Right?
God.
Crazy.
I can't wait for tomorrow though.
Yep.
I saw yesterday's review. I had to rewatch that shit a few times. I was like, y'all had me dead. Shit. How was the Knicks game? How was that?
It was great. He won.
All right.
Yep.
It's always good to hear.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking?
Uh-huh.
Niggas never really talk about the best produced hip hop diss track because with all this Metro Boomin shit and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? There's been some diss tracks where like the beat was dope as fuck. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not gonna. I love the beat to No Vaseline and shit like that. I've always loved that beat.
Right.
I'm gonna give you one better. Cypress Hill, No Rest for the Wicked. That was always a dope ass beat. Like that was Muzz
Mm.
in his bag, in my opinion.
Right.
Um, you know what? I might have to be the generic. I'll even say Takeover. I've always loved that beat for Takeover with how they flip that door sample and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like there's been some like hip hop diss tracks. I'm not even gonna. I just listen to it for the beat because it's like you work out to that shit.
Facts.
But but then there's been some like trash beats. I'm not gonna hold you to like shit. What's that one track? That one track. It didn't have a good ass beat. I'm trying to think. You remember
It'll
that
come to you
one
later.
rap? Yeah, it will come to me later. Fuck it. I'm ready to talk about this album whenever you are.
Yeah.
All right. What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? This your boy Greg in the building. All right, I got my homeboy Trout with me. You know what I'm saying? Always doing his thing. The album we're going to talk about is Sugar Free with Street Gospel. This album came out June 24th, 1997 on Island Black Music. It was produced by DJ Quick with some also people like G1 and Robert Funkster Bacon. Guest appearances include DJ Quick, and yeah, it only came out with one single called "If You Stay Ready." How did you get into Sugar Free?
I only heard of him through Quick, just hearing him on his albums and shit. You know what I mean? He was
I
he
feel
was
you on
dope
that.
for what he did.
Yeah, I definitely feel you on that.
Yep.
Like, I don't really have a grand story. I just heard him through Quick too. I just always liked his style. He definitely had that unorthodox style, especially at a time when like after like Death Row fell through and stuff like that. It's like West Coast hip hop between like 90s, like that 97, 99. It was like a lot of shit was like going left and stuff like that. It wasn't getting as much publicity because the South was taking over, and then you had like crunk music coming out too, and then the East Coast was going through the shiny suit era, then the rock Rough Riders era, the Rockefeller era. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
then the West Coast acts at the time, it's like some of them were still doing their thing, but some of them weren't really getting the right marketing as compared to like the East and the South, but some of them stayed independent. You know what I'm saying? Like MC8, who I feel like albums like Last Man Standing was very underrated from '99 and shit like that too. I would even say Quasimodo, like, well, y'all know him as Madlib, but when he dropped the Unseen, that was one of my all-time favorite shits he's ever done. I've always loved the production on that one. But
Mhm.
yeah, Sugar Free, he always used to stand out to me. And honestly, I'm not even gonna hold you. He's DJ Quick's best protege, in my personal opinion. I'm gonna be real with you. Like,
Right.
I like Second to None. I like AMG, but his chemistry with Sugar Free was like it was like fire water. It's like it just mixed and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah. But let's talk about
Right.
who he is. So, for those who don't know who Sugar Free is, he is an MC coming from hold on one second. He's an MC coming from Oakland. He was raised in Oakland, California. You know what I'm saying? He actually while he was growing up and everything like that too, he actually was, you know, in that pimp lifestyle and stuff like that too. He was an actual pimp, and he was doing his thing and everything like that too. And he got locked up a few times, but he also used to rap, and the thing that made him unique was that he used to rap very fast, but he had like a very unorthodox flow, like like the way I can picture his style. Picture Morris Day and what's that motherfucker? Picture Morris Day and the lead singer from Ready for the World. Picture those motherfuckers together, and you'll get his flamboyancy if that makes sense. But that's when he hooked up with DJ Quick, like between like around 96, 97. And
Right.
both him and Quick collaborated with one another. They definitely were doing their thing, and they were working on this album right here too. And so this was when this album came out, the Street Gospel album. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had like more information, but I just got the information I got from him was very limited. So yeah. So this is the album cover right here. Looks like he just he's on his way to like a liquor store or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Just walking the streets at night. I've always felt like it captured the album right here, stuff like that, captured the whole tone of the album. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So this album has about four, 14 tracks. Yeah, it has 14 tracks and everything like that too. We're gonna get started with like the first track, was like the intro. Very, very, very dope intro. You know what I'm saying? This pretty much captures the whole tone of the album, talking about what you're gonna do to spark up the album and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it captured it.
Yeah, it was dope. Definitely enjoyed it. Had a nice beat to it.
Yeah, definitely a dope beat. Which leads us into the second track. Excuse me. Why you bullshitting? Interesting story about this track. So it was an interview that DJ Quick did with Big Boy a couple years ago, and he said that this track was originally supposed to be for Tupac and stuff like that too. Which this was supposed to
Wow.
be Hearts of Man Part Two, and he wanted, and he was really experimenting like with like a lot of Indian sounds. This was before motherfuckers like Timbaland started overdoing that shit a lot. You know what I'm saying? But he was working on this around the time Pop released the 7 Day Theory album when he went by the Machiavelli alias, and then y'all know Tupac tragically passed away, and so he actually played this for Sugar Free, and pretty much Sugar Free, he was just like he loved it as soon as he heard it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, I felt like this was very dope track. I felt like Sugar Free definitely did his thing on this track right here. I love the line when he says, "Now what's the problem, nigga? Who, what, your lady won't suck your dick? Because for the very low price of $100, you can use my bitch." You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this was a very dope, nice way to start off the album. I love this track.
Yeah, this was fire. Had like an oriental type of melody to it. Nice beat,
Right.
bass line.
Yeah, definitely.
It
Like
do
this.
sound a little bit like Hearts and Men.
It do, yeah.
You know what I
Like I
mean?
can, I
So
can
and
really
this album came out around the same time as All Eyes on Me, right?
1 year after
Oh, 1 year
'97.
after. Okay. Yeah, so he probably was working on it at the same time.
Yeah, though I can definitely see Pac do some shit on this one. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
him and Quick always had great chemistry with one another. That's one producer I wish they would have done some more work with one another. But
definitely. A whole album with him and Pop would have been fire.
ooh, him, Quick, and Johnny J though that would have been fire. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Um, Something else I was going to say about this track though. Oh, and also too when it came to Quick describing Sugar Free, he pretty much said that like working with Sugar Free was very interesting because he would like he would hear the beat and he would write as he heard the beat. But then sometimes he would get so animated, like sometimes he'll get so hyped, like he'll jump around the studio, talk about I did that shit. Like he'll literally like jump all around the studio. I kid
Wow.
you not. You know what I'm saying? Like
Jump around.
because like Sugar Free is a very interesting he's a very interesting character in my personal opinion.
Yeah,
Like
he is.
very interesting. Like he really embraced that pimp lifestyle, like Too Short and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
yeah, man. Next track we got is "I'd Rather Give You My Bitch."
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Take it.
See, I'm gonna have fun with this one. So this is another interesting song right here. So it's pretty much a weed song, but this nigga will go where Redman and Keith Murray had never gone before. He pretty much said he'd rather give the motherfucker his girl if he could keep his weed and shit like that. This is some Afro man kind of shit. But you know what?
Wow.
I love this record though. It's one of my all time favorite DJ Quick beats I've heard around this time. This I could also seen this on the Rhythmalism album from '98 too. It definitely had that. Oh, I forgot. Elder Barge is also on this song album too. I forgot to mention. But there was also other guests. I don't know Wikipedia. I don't know why y'all fucking with me, but anyway, yeah. But yeah, so this one was a very dope track right here. Um, I really wish they would have had more singles. Just like with Paid the Cost, I wish they would have had more singles off this record though. But it is what it is. I don't know what's up with these West Coast albums just having one or two singles around this time. But then the No Limit would have like 5 or 6 singles, and they would have like 27 songs on the album and shit. You know.
All right. Mm-mm. Crazy.
Like once Sugar went to jail and shit, niggas did
Yeah.
not want to hear nothing.
Facts. This was dope though. I love the beat for this. It was fire.
Yeah, definitely.
You know.
All right, track number 4, Doo Doo and a Skunk.
Mm.
Oh,
You
Doo
do in a
Doo and a
skunk.
Skunk. he better be lucky. He better be lucky. This song is dope too. He better be lucky because I mean, Biz Markie made a whole song called "Told Us Through a Rap" though. Let's, which
Yeah,
is actually my favorite Biz
that
Markie
part.
song. Believe it or not, that's actually my favorite Biz Markie song. Low
That part.
key. What?
Wow.
Yeah, I never
That's
told
your
you that.
favorite Bismarck song ever? Wow.
Over
No.
just a friend, over vapors, over all that.
Wow.
Because he was the only rapper that can really do something like that and get away with it.
Mm,
But anyway, but back to Sugar Free. This one was a pretty cool. The chorus was what I really got from the song, like smoking on the doo doo and the
mm-hmm.
skunk as I bump with the humps in the trunk. Okay, Hammer shout out. I'm sipping on that Hennessy because it's all good. That's another Hammer shout out. Okay, mentioning two Hammer songs
Mm.
at once, but I don't know if that was intentional. But okay, as I bounce to a party in the
Dude.
hood. And that's from the Funky Headhunter album too.
Mm.
But yeah, man, this one was pretty straight. This one's passable.
Yeah, this was fire. I love the flutes on it and the synthesizers. The beat was dope. The background singing. You know, you got Sugar Free saying slide, slide, slippity slide because I heard there was a party going on the west side. Thought it was dope. I thought it was one of my favorites on this album.
Yeah, definitely. I Next track we got is "Don't Know Suckers Live Here." You know what I'm saying? This is actually one of the more normal sounding titles, to be honest with you. This track was featured Player Ham. It also got this is the one of the tracks that got additional production from G1 and Funkster. It has a very like black exploitation feel to it. You know what I'm saying? Like something like the camp, something like was reminding me of like the Camp Low Uptown Saturday Night album, but more of a West Coast, more of like a West Coast style, if that makes sense. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I love the line when Sugar said, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming out of twilight, sneak like God. Car. Nah, baby, I'm that brother you used to dream about in your bed when you woke up soaking wet between your leg. You ain't running nothing here
Ah,
but your mouth. And tripping is
yeah.
what you do, but money's what I'm about. That's
Right.
that real pimp shit right there. Well, I tell you, shit,
Yeah.
that's that real
Yeah,
pimp
yeah.
shit.
Shit. Yeah.
Shit.
Crazy. Yeah, this shit was fire though. Had a
But yeah,
nice
what you
beat,
think?
nice beat on it, synthesizers, you know. Yeah.
Definitely. Alright. Next track, Tiptoe featuring DJ Quick. Um, this one was okay. This one was pretty okay to me and stuff like that too. It's not really one of my favorites on this album, but I'm not gonna say it's bad. I kind of felt like, in a weird way, he was trying to create his own dance and stuff like
Mm,
that too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a club banger kind of track though. I could have done without this track to be real with you.
right. I mean, I thought it was nice. You know, it had some rock guitars on it. You know, little
Yeah,
change of sound for him, and you know, Quick did his thing. Had like love the beat. I thought it was dope.
respect. All right, next song. I want to go home. The County Jail song. Now, this was a very experimental song. It pretty much is like a freestyle, but the beat, it's like, and bear with me when I say this term, like a cafeteria beat, but at the same time, it's
Oh boy.
like not like clips cafeteria, but you like, when you freestyling and you do that no music, like beating on a picnic table, that kind of shit. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? When I first heard this track, I didn't really care for it too much because I didn't really like the beat. To be real with you, I kind of felt like
mm,
at that time they were trying to like it was like at that time I don't know, it didn't really grab me. But re-listening to this song now, I do like what he was talking about because he was just talking about his experiences like in the prison and stuff like that too, and how he wanted to go home and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just
right.
like he wished he could take all the shit back. So I definitely feel like it's definitely one of my favorites on this album. To be real with you,
This was fire. Definitely love like this joint beatboxing track, and it sounded like he was freestyling over it. You know,
yeah,
yeah, this is dope.
yeah, it definitely reminds me of Ludacris's "Mouthing Off" from the Back for the First Time album, which I feel like that's a Ludacris song I never hear nobody talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because it
Right.
was like him and Four Eyes rapping over like a beatboxing and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like Back for the First
Yep.
Time, that's like one of the best debuts in hip hop history. I don't give a fuck what no one say.
Facts.
Like
Facts.
that was like the Southern What the album, if you ask me.
Yep.
Yeah. Next track, track number 8, If You Stay Away. This one right here was pretty dope too. It features Player Ham again. You know what I'm saying? Definitely had one of those cruising kind of flows to it. You know what I'm saying? Definitely like a more like a braggadocio track. So I like this one.
This is dope. Definitely love the bass line for it, the synthesizers, the guitar play on it.
Definitely.
It's my joint right here.
Oh yeah.
You know.
All right. Next track is Fly for Life. Wow, this joint right here, this this definitely is one of my favorites from the album. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is to me the where I feel like the Morris Day personality comes from and whatnot when it
Right.
comes to sugar free. You know what I'm saying? And just like the whole style and everything like that too. I don't know why this song was not a single. I really don't know why this was not a single because this could have definitely been a big radio hit. It also reminds me of that song "Where I Wanna Be" from that dude, nigga Shay Sheets, whatever his name is. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
only like that song for Nate Dogg's chorus to be real with you, but that's another story for. I love the line when Sugar says, "Giving bitches his money now, do that sound like you? They say money don't, and it's hard to make. I think about it every time I bump a bitch to break. You couldn't pay me no money to respect a bitch. Fall in love, get married twice, and take half my shit, but you a gangster. Yeah, you hard as fuck." And that line definitely applies to a lot of these rappers today who pretty much go through child support issues or divorces from like their wives and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely relevant. Mike, what's up, my dude? What's happening?
Mike, what up? Yeah, this is dope. Had a nice beat to it. Synthesizers. Bass line was dope.
Definitely, yeah, man. I really wish they would have more singles to this I can even imagine like if there was like a remix with like motherfucking Too Short or even like Spice
Mhm.
One or some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
Hell, even Quick have Quick throwing the verse and shit.
yeah.
All right. Next song, On My Way, featuring Elder Barge. Man, I love this record. Like,
Mm.
shout out to DJ Quick and the shit he done with the DeBarge family around this time. I don't know why like they didn't even have an album produced by Quick though. But we had to talk about that
Right.
Chico DeBarge.
He
That
still
Chico
need one.
DeBarge.
He still should have one.
Right.
L still need one. He's still out there singing.
I feel like he has at least
Mhm.
like two more albums left in him when it comes to L. Because I feel like if Charlie Wilson can come out like at least every 2 years
Right.
and shit, and this is not no just against Charlie Wilson. I love Charlie Wilson. Then L, I feel like L could have done some shit, but the
Hmm.
DeBarge families definitely had their issues and stuff like that, which we all know about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
One of my favorite collaborations was the Divorce song. I think from the Balance and Options album. One of
Hmm.
my favorites, James DeBarge, man. Come on. But on my way, like this was a pretty dope track right here. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, a love song, but not no cheesy shit. You know what I'm saying? Elder Barge definitely doing his thing on this joint right here too. Elder Barge. We definitely got some heat coming. But I'm gonna keep my mouth shut about that. I'm gonna save that announcement for later.
Woo-hoo. Oh yeah. This was fire. Definitely Elder Boys did his thing. Had some flute playing on it. Dope beat.
Yeah,
It's melodic. I love it. It should have been a single.
I agree.
You know.
Uh, Next song is Secrets. You know what I'm saying? This one was pretty dope too. You know what I'm saying? Love the wordplay that he was using on this one and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Not really that much I can say. I like this one.
Yeah, Secrets was dope. I like the beat for this as well.
Definitely. Next song is Table Interlude. Just a little short interlude with him just harmonizing and everything like that too. Not bad, not bad at all. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's definitely showcases more of his versatility and stuff like that too. So yeah, I like it.
Beatboxing on this shit too. Another beatboxing joint. It was fire.
Definitely. Track number 13, Dip Dog. My favorite song on this album, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I love well, that's the beat definitely was a very ill ass beat. Sorry about that. Definitely a dope ass beat right there and stuff like that too. You know, um, this was another song I could have also seen as a potential single as well too, in my personal
Hmm.
opinion. But yeah, man. Let me pull up some of the lyrics without an ad coming up and shit. I love the line when he says, "And knowing everything I rap about is true, but the cold part about it is I got half this shit from you. Now, how in the hell did you figure you gonna cross that pretty blue-eyed, green-eyed, country voodoo Creole female? Now you reaping what you sow, cause I'm fucking you." I love that fucking line right there too. He definitely went in on that shit.
Jazzy, Quiet Storm track. It gave me George Benson vibes. You know, I
Yes,
love the guitar playing on it. It was real melodic. This is how they should have ended the album off.
I agree.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, and then the last track is pretty much the Tiptoe reprise, which I you know how I felt about Tiptoe, so I don't really care for the reprise to be real with you.
And you didn't need no reprise for that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like the instrumental basically. You
Definitely,
know, that shit could have been on the regular track.
I definitely agree with you about that. Um, Overall, this is an album I consider a West Coast classic in my personal opinion. Like this is really one of the most original, unorthodox, brilliant albums I've heard from this time period, '97. And everyone always says '97 is a bad year for him, but '97 was the year everything went downhill. '97 was the beginning of the shiny shoe. I'm tired of that shit because there was some dope
Mm-hmm.
heat in '97,
Yeah.
and there was some heat coming from the West Coast too. But at the same time, too, I'm not gonna hold you. A lot of times, a lot of those albums and stuff like that from the West did not really get the publicity and the love that it should have gotten at that time because
Mm-hmm.
with with Death Row falling through and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people was kind of scattered and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? And this is definitely one of the illest albums to come out. I personally consider this album really the beginning of the more mature sound when it comes to DJ Quick because I
Mm-hmm.
felt like beginning with like the Rhythmalism album, he really like started having like a more experimenting more with like R&B and stuff like that, and
Mm-hmm.
he started having like more of like a jazzier flow to it. Like even though he kind of did that with Safe and Sound, I feel like he was like experimenting it with Safe and Sound, but then he mastered it when it really came to this album right here too. So this is
Yeah.
an album I really consider everybody should listen to. I'm gonna say this is a five mic masterpiece. I don't give a damn what nobody say.
Okay. But it's a good album. I love the production by Quick. You know, it was melodic at times, and you had that G Funk sound. You know, the snares and the hi hats were crisp. You know, and great, well produced album. I love. I think the album should have been promoted more.
Right.
You know, Tiptoe and If You Stay Ready, Dip those should have been singles. I give it 4.5. I'm not a huge Sugar Free fan, but it's a good album.
Definitely. And yeah, man, I have to check out more of his discography because I know he came out with a second album in 2004 and whatnot. So I gotta listen to that one at some point. But yeah, this was definitely a very dope album. It aged better than like a lot of other West Coast albums at that time too. So yeah, man. All right. So I'm gonna end this off right here. So I'm actually gonna reschedule the cocaine Funk Upon a Rhyme review and stuff like that. That's gonna be scheduled for further notice. We got a surprise video coming tomorrow. I'm not gonna say anything about it yet, but you guys surprised. But Saturday at 5 p.m. we're gonna talk about the Walking with the Panther. That's gonna be the we review and whatnot too, because I have to defend that album and whatnot. Because some critics are kind of hard on that album sometimes too, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens with that. Anything you want to say before we head out?
Nope. Go Knicks. Let's
Yes,
go.
sir. Yes, sir. So this album is out of print, unfortunately, but I've seen it listed reasonably online. Like I would say Discogs and eBay are your best bets for if you guys want a best copy of this album. And I need to get my hands on this album too because yeah, this album I need to get my hands. This one is I have to have this. This is a classic front to back. Like this is just what West Coast hip hop at its finest, in my personal opinion. Like, but everybody was just wanted. Everybody wanted to listen to the Dogfathers from Snoop, which I never liked that album and stuff. But
Me neither. I think it's overrated as hell.
thank you. It's like I don't know how the hip hop community is trying to say, "Oh, that album's like a classic." I was like, "No,
Nah,
no, let's
fuck
stop."
no. Fuck no.
I've tried to appreciate that album. I'm just like, you know what? I just can't.
You
Even
don't you
Snoop
don't
did
even
it.
you don't even do stuff from that album anymore.
Right. The only thing he really does is
When you see
vapors.
him on tour, you don't perform shit from that album.
Exactly. So yeah, man. Appreciate this try as usual. I'm gonna talk to y'all niggas tomorrow. Peace.
All right. Peace.